What's up, people? You're watching a clip from the WRESTHINGS podcast. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. By the Mandem, for the Mandem.
The thing, I think the thing with wrestling fans is this, and I can't lie, I can put my hand up. I like this sometimes. I'll be honest. We like things to happen right now. Yeah. Just because LA Knight is getting the love and the traction, it's like, yo, throw the belt on him. Hey, in fact, throw 3 belts on him. In fact, make him GM. Bro, just chill sometimes. Just see it through. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Damon Priest has worked his arse off so hard. And even now that Damon Priest has got the briefcase, this is another story we're going to be invested in. Mm-hmm. Judgment Day, Civil War.
Devil's advocate, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, devil's advocate, maybe the reason why, that, especially with WWE fans, is that they want the belt on him now is because we've kind of seen a lot of cases of people waiting too long. For example, like someone like a Dolph Ziggler, someone like...
But it's not only WWE, it's like AEW, for example, Eddie Kingston. Remember Eddie Kingston was popping at that time? For the town, Eddie Kingston.
But I do feel like, especially when it comes to like, at least we're talking about WWE in it, but like, I feel like there's cases, especially in most wrestling companies, where there's people that have kind of missed their moment, and there was a period of time where they were at their peak and they didn't capitalize on it. And maybe with LA Knight, especially due to his age and due to like how WWE, like, there's a lot of younger talent there. Maybe LA Knight won't have this moment in about again. But I'm not saying they should have thrown a moment on him now, but maybe that's the case of like, okay, like we see something good with this guy. Let's put the title on him. Not because he deserves it, but we might not get this again.
He hasn't even had a mid-card.
You know, with LA Knight,
he hasn't even had a mid-card.
It's
not now.
But how many wrestlers have we seen that have come into WWE and not won mid-card titles and gone straight for world title?
Of course, but what I mean is, I feel it.
LA Knight, he's a unique case, right?
He is a unique person.
Remember, he's older. He's one of the oldest on the roster.
He's not that old.
He's not old. He's old man.
Damon Priest is older than him.
I think what we have to understand in wrestling, 40s does not mean you're old.
It's football. That's why I said
when you're 40, you're in your prime.
Older.
You know the business.
You know the business. I said he's older, not old like he's an old man.
Let's be honest,
he's older,
bro. So. LA Knight just got over recently.
Yeah, 100%.
So throwing the title on him doesn't make. And even you throw it for giving them money in the briefcase, what happens next? What is next?
You know what?
Like LA Knight's character can work on Money in the Bank.
I know, but okay, cool. What's one? So
I read an article. They were saying that they were gonna make LA Knight a manager because he's older.
He was a manager.
They were gonna keep him as a manager. They weren't gonna take him out until Triple H had to step in and say that this person's got talent. We need him as an active superstar. So imagine if Vince McMahon just stayed in charge. We won't be seeing LA Knight.
Just give him time.
Yeah, he's got.
Give him time, Joe. Give him time because
as long as Triple H stays in charge.
Yeah, because I feel there's still more to LA Knight that we need to see.
There's a lot.
There's so much. To just throw the belt on him is absolutely ridiculous.
But then automatically winning Money in the Bank doesn't automatically mean you're going to get a title.
No.
It just means that you're just going to be in and around the picture.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad that he didn't win. Like for me, it was always between him and Damon Priest. Damon Priest definitely deserves it, and with the story that's going forward with the whole Judgment Day stuff, it 100% makes sense. Yeah. But at the same time, we've seen cases of people becoming so over to the point when you don't capitalize on it, it fucks up. We saw it with Rusev. Rusev was one of the most over people on Vince didn't want to push him, and then look what happened. It drove him to leave the company.
Yeah, look at Shinsuke as well.
So it's not even. It's a lot of us that are saying that like hammer down on this the overness of LA Knight isn't necessarily because we want him to have everything now. It's more so a thing of like we've seen this before. We've seen people become this over and nothing come from it.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of like, if the iron is hot, strike. That's literally it.
You have to capitalize.
It doesn't necessarily mean that, if you, as soon as he goes for the belt, he wins it. It's just more so like making sure that you're having contenders around to be around the belt. LA Knight should be there.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that, but it's like, within that match, if you're gonna give the briefcase to anyone in that match, it is Damien Priest.
Or LA Knight.
Or LA Knight. But one or the other.
The best decision they done was Damien Priest, and I see a lot of people upset about that. And I was like, it's not. So my argument was that it's not everyone that is over that has to go straight for it. Okay, cool. If there's opportunity for that, and you go straight for it. For example, like a battle royal, and he wins, and that's a title shot to like Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight Champion, championship. Fine, but Money in the Bank, where you've got a man like Damien Priest who's been putting in a shift for time, and that can easily create a story within the situation he's in. Give him the title.
And he can talk.
And he can talk.
I
And
agree.
even now, I don't even mind seeing from this Money in the Bank thing. I don't even mind seeing at SummerSlam LA Knight versus Logan Paul.
We're not getting that though. We're getting Logan Paul versus Ricochet. That's always been the story from Royal Rumble. That's been the story.
Yeah, and I feel like LA Knight as well. I want LA Knight, like I said, even if he doesn't win the title, mingle with some top guys. Like, be in the picture. Like, mingle with some, surround him with people that, are gonna, like, for example, I know people aren't high on Cena right now, but I feel like a Cena LA Knight feud would have been much better than giving Cena to Theory. Because I feel character-wise, there's stuff to do there.
Apparently, as per social media, they're saying that how they're looking to do something with LA Knight and Stone Cold at next WrestleMania, which I think is great for him. That is great for him. But I don't know. We don't know, guys. I don't know if it's going to be a match or not.
The thing is, those segments are built for Raw and SmackDown. You know when LA Knight's just chilling and Kathy Kennedy's just talking, and then you just see him walking and you're for segments like that.
That's fine.
Give me a hell yeah, like stuff like that is cool.
That's not a long-term program.
Come on, man. I want to see that, man.
WrestleMania? Backstage, what if you get that segment?
If that's a backstage segment, but
that's
come on, nobody says, I want to become. I'm going to go through training. I'm going to go through OVW. I'm going to go to NXT. I'm going to get released. I'm going to go to TNA. I'm going to go to NWA. Then come back to WWE. Just have a segment with Stone Cold.
And the thing is as well, there's actual talent who are currently over that you can utilize. The thing is about. I understand Stone Cold's Stone Cold. And obviously using talent of yesteryear is a good moment. But at the same time, you have a roster of people that still need that are either over or on the precipice of being over. Use them with LA Knight. And Cena's somebody, he's a part-timer, but he's in and out. He's at least still a name in the company of recent memory that, cool, we can have a feud with him and progress from there. But after Cena, I don't want to see LA Knight just go through part-time. No, like, feud with people who are there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like using these legends, they're legends, but it's not gonna do anything for you long term. What's gonna do stuff for you long term is feuding with the people around you. The reason why the bloodline is over is because these are all stars that are creating stories week in, week out. Judgment Day, they're creating stories week in, week out for months. This Stone Cold thing will last like what? Maybe a build to WrestleMania, then Stone Cold's gonna fuck off to his ranch because he's an old man.
It's just a feel-good moment.
Yeah, bro. It's not tangible. It's not long term.
And the reason people like the Kevin Owens and the Sami Zayns can be in programs like that is because they've already got a long CV of having great feuds, winning titles, having great matches. That are put in their career now where they can pick and choose whether they even want to stay in this company and do the part-time stuff with all the jackasses and all of these, as opposed to like an LA Knight that's still building himself. Like, don't get me wrong, a segment with Stone Cold will do wonders for him. A segment with The Rock will do wonders. Even someone like Hulk Hogan, it will do wonders for him. But in terms of his long-term career, are we now going to look back and think like, the reason I loved LA Knight is because he had that one segment backstage. Do you know what I mean? He needs have even stuff like the Bray Wyatt stuff. I'm so happy he's been able to move past that. Because the Bray Wyatt stuff was bullshit. 100%. He needs to be tussling with the likes of the Cody Rhodes, the Seths, the Gunthers, like people that are tangible people that week in, week out are having matches. They'll be here for the next few years. These are people that they can revisit feuds with. You're not going to revisit a feud with Stone Cold.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It reminds me of like CM Punk here when CM Punk was getting over. Obviously, he had that segment with Stone Cold, but what kept CM Punk in the picture was obviously the John Cena stuff, the Rock stuff. But Rock was like very much in the company back then, but it was feuding with current people that elevated him. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like the people that are gonna be that will elevate you are the people that you work with every day.
100%.
And to be real, I love LA Knight, but I don't think he's even in any position to be put amongst the likes of a Stone Cold or The Rock or Hulk Hogan. You spoke about CM Punk. CM Punk got to a point where people were able to idolize these dream matches.
Yeah.
Imagine they're talking about promos, they're talking about matches. LA Knight's not there yet.
World champion at that point.
Punk was already a world champion before.
Do you know what I mean?
With long hair anyway.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, would it be nice to see a segment with them too? Of course, I would love it. But at the same time, I'd rather LA Knight get to a point where it's like, I could look at him like he's a former this champion, a former that champion. He had a sick feud with this person. Then I could be like, you know what?
He's ready.
Based on the feuds he's had, I can imagine him versus Stone Cold, you know? I know the promos would be sick. I can't base that off one stupid segment he's had with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
The lights out match. Man was in the closet. Couldn't even see shit.
Mountain Dew, bruv.
Yeah, no.
Man was fighting in the dark.
Basically.
Nepa took light. And what was it? Come on, man.
So, like,
Nepa took light.
since we're still on LA Night, yeah.
So about Kevin Nash thing.
Kevin Nash, yeah. What do you man think of the Kevin Nash comments?
Kevin Nash, I love Kevin Nash, but he's doing too much, I'll be real. Because when one of your close friends was copying superstar Billy Graham, you didn't want to now come and say he's cosplaying.
But here's the thing I think about these veterans, yeah, and these curmudgeons, yeah. Like, here's the thing, like, a lot of the time when veterans talk about younger guys, the same thing you're using to point, like what Dale said, you're using to point these younger talent, can be pointed at your mates. And the thing is, it's like a lot of the guys, and this is why I always take like veteran advice with a grain of salt. Of course, like, if a veteran says something that I agree with, I'll take credence to it. But the thing is, it's like, for me, you kind of have no jurisdiction on what the product is today. You can give your opinion on it. By the end of the day, the product we have today is not the same product we have before. There are different things that get over now. And if my man's paying homage to people that worked, that's a good thing. By the end of the day, LA Knight is still LA Knight. Yeah, he's channeling other people. So what? Are we going to now say, because this... Do you know how many wrestlers of this generation wrestle like Shawn Michaels? Are they ripping off Shawn Michaels? No. They're taking things that work and making it their own. That's evolution of the game. I don't get where these man's sometimes when I read like the commentary, it just sounds like not necessarily bitterness, but it's like you're just talking for the sake of talking. Literally. Because at the end of the day,
the good old days.
The good fam.
And the thing is, the business now is due to their greatness and due to their negligence or stupidity also. So you like praise the good as well as point fingers at the bad. It doesn't make any sense.
What's up, people? You're watching a clip from the WRESTHINGS podcast. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. By the Mandem, for the Mandem.